we're in this thing where, we bounced significantly off here, and now we're back, in this area. And, it's not going to go quietly into the good night. I always think of markets in terms of energy. They go down and then they don't keep going down and then keep going down. They've got to kind of recalibrate, go down, kind of put some space and then build another thing. And then, so markets overshoot, they go up, they go down too much, and they, constantly recalibrate. You can see that, we're in this little area here. What is this, the NASDAQ? So around the 12,000, there is this support, and, we could just keep just banging in here, building this energy going into next week. Then next week, when the interest rates come out, I want to see that. So, we're just in this kind of digestion. Markets go down, go down huge, and then we're in this little support area. So, we could continue banging here for the next couple of days. It wouldn't surprise me. So what I'm doing is just selling rallies. Very risky, but at the same time, you also are able to limit your risk to whatever you put in. So, just give you an example, right here on Monday, when the triple Qs were at 310, I bought the 305 put options. I was 500 points out of the money for $2. And then this bad guy came along and went to 293 on the Qs, and I was able to get out of my puts for 12 bucks, a 600% return in one day. And then, like I said yesterday, I was going to use the sell-off early in the morning, which I did, to unload those 305s. So I got out of 12, and then so I got out of 12, and then on this rally I started buying the 290s. So these were the 305s. Then I kind of so if I'm about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I go about 5 points out of the money, depending on how much I think the market's going to go, what have you. If you get to Thursday, Friday, now you've got less and less time, then I'll go maybe 2 handles out of the money. So anyhow, I started buying these, 190s for between $1.30. I paid some at $1.35 to about $1.75. So the point is, I was able to take money, $12 off, and then reload at $1.35. So now, even if I lose all of this, I've still made 12 times, 6 times my money on this. So, I take money off the table and then kind of reload at at lower prices, using the rally to then sequence or stagger my put buying lower. I don't know if that makes sense, but at the end of the day, it really begins with an assessment, a philosophy. I do think these markets are setting up for a big fall, perhaps in the next 4 to 8 weeks. Usually, September, October is seasonally bad, but I think we're just setting up. There are technicals that I've been talking about for 6 months, and now the market is starting to, come into play. I was not happy to see this rally. I was in these puts, but to my mind, I was just keeping an eye on this. This is the pattern. And to me, patterns equal trajectory. Assets, overshoot, and then they undershoot, and then they correct. And, this is what markets do. This is, we're in this difficult area now where we got to chop this wood. So we had the June lows, and now we're coming into these June lows, and, the market's never just cleaned through levels that they've, kind of bounced off before. So there's going to be extraordinary volatility, but, that's why you just got to, I just have this conviction, and it's been hard, sitting through these rallies, while I'm short $500,000 worth of puts that, could expire and be worthless. It's been it's been a charming couple of weeks, but we'll see what happens. But
So it's grit your teeth and hang in then. Grit your teeth and hang in.
well, I am. I just, to me, pattern equals trajectory. Somehow this market is going to do what, it's indicating it's going to do. To me, that's the pattern. This is, telling us what, why, it doesn't matter. The whys are irrelevant. The market is a discounting force. The markets, are ahead of the news. The market saw something here that will result in something there. The whys, what have you. So I just look at the empirical evidence and go with what, I'm being told. So now you can see, on this chart, we have the key reversal there right at this neckline. So what happened was we had this double top head and shoulders, broke out, retested the neckline. And now, if we make a new low, then this is going to, set in motion a real trend here. And most people are thinking that the June lows are going to hold. I've heard 4,800 on the S&P, 4,300 by year, and everybody thinks the year end is going to end with a bang. I think it's going to be, be a bang the other way, but, let's see. So, we're in this thing where, we bounced significantly off here and now we're back, in this area, and, it's not going to go quietly into the good night. It's, going to be a choppy affair. So I hope that we can make some real progress this week, and maybe by tomorrow look something like that, where we kind of get in this area going into Fed next week, and then set up for, an apocalypse, into the next week. But, we'll see what happens. This is an extremely difficult area, in here, you back and forth, and these are weeks. And, when you're in put options that, time is ticking, you don't have all the time in the world. So, but, I look at these two reversals here, and to me, these guys point in the direction prices want to go. So, if into next week, prices, go higher, I will short into that rally. So to me, this is, it's been 15 years of buy the dips, and now I think it's sell the rallies. So it was buy the dips, and now it's sell the rips. So, but it is extraordinary volatility, and it is not easy. You get these huge short covering rallies, the markets overcorrect and they undercorrect. And, to my mind, I'm just looking at this downtrend, and, this is the nature of bear markets. They rally, but then they make new lows. Then they go and they rally, and then they make new lows. And, now everyone thought, well, it's safe to go back in the water again. I don't think so. This is the nature of bear markets, where you will rally and you will make a new low. So that's, where I've kind of made my bed. That's my conviction based on just the things that I'm looking at with you. I've got no inside, anything more than what I'm looking at here. To me, there's just a litany of bear patterns here and bear price action. Now, it's very important. This is why it's going to be very important, where we close. So right now we look like we're on the low part, of the week. But, if by the end of trading, tomorrow we're up here, that's going to be a whole different deal. So that's why I always look at the close. And this is going to be a very important signal, this weekly bar, going into a very important week next week. So, but it is, extraordinarily difficult market, extraordinarily difficult. You're in this area, and it is a giant washing machine. So you kind of just have to, be objective. And, my mindset is shorting the rallies. It's scary. It looks horrible at the time. But, I'm just having faith that somehow these patterns are going to, get me to my anointed destination.
So you can see, 45 is 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.